This is Denmark. From the start of the war to their surrender, only 16 people were killed or injured. Because of this, Denmark had the smallest loss in World War II. When German troops were approaching the Danish border, Danish soldiers were still calmly practicing shooting. But shooting wasn't their strong point. Their specialty was fixing bicycles. A soldier quickly removed the broken front wheel, peeled off the outer tire, and pulled out the inner tube in one move. He quickly found the leaking spot, applied glue to it, put everything back together, and pumped up the tire. The whole process had to be done in under 3 minutes. The officer looked at his watch. This soldier did it in just 2 minutes, breaking the Danish Army's record for the fastest bicycle repair. The officer was impressed and promoted him to sergeant on the spot. The new sergeant soon began training recruits. At that moment, a second lieutenant looked at the soldiers' training and asked his superior, the lieutenant, "Will the Germans really invade Denmark?" But the lieutenant calmly said, "The Germans are killing Jews. What does that have to do with us Danes?" Before he could finish his sentence, a messenger rushed in. The German army was just 1 kilometer from the border. Realizing something big was happening, the troops rushed back to the base. Each soldier received 40 bullets and a first aid kit. To avoid panic, the lieutenant ordered the whole unit to rest, but no one was allowed to take off their uniform. The Danish soldiers had never been to war before. They lay down nervously, waiting for orders. At dawn the next day, Germany launched a surprise attack on Denmark. They moved quickly toward the capital, Copenhagen. Alarms sounded at the army camp. The soldiers ran downstairs and gathered fast, each one heading to their own bicycle. This time, Denmark sent out their best troops. A 100-man bicycle unit gathered and headed to the battlefield. They rode for 2 hours, but only made it a few dozen miles. They hadn't even reached the border when they heard engines in the distance. The Germans were close. The lieutenant pulled out a map and decided to defend right there. He split the unit into 3 parts. One squad guarded the river on the left, the second took the forest on the right, and the third brought the machine gun to guard a slope. With the plan set, the Danish soldiers moved into position. Their gear wasn't great, but their discipline was solid. Pushing their bikes, they ran fast to their assigned ambush spots. The machine gun team quickly got into place. They took the gun off the bike, picked a hidden spot in the trees, set up the tripod, and mounted the gun. The gunner was clearly nervous. It was the only machine gun in the whole unit, their only hope to stop the German armored vehicle. The assistant hurried to load the magazine, pulled the bolt, and got the gun ready. Then he lifted the binoculars and waited nervously for the Germans to show up. But before the fight began, 3 new soldiers grabbed their rifles and tried to run. They were spotted by an officer, so they ducked into the forest and pretended to aim at the road. 2 of them hid in a deep pit, thinking they were safe. But the officer suddenly appeared behind them. He didn't scold them. Instead, he encouraged them and told them to survive the battle. Then he turned to look at the machine gun position. The machine gun team was still holding steady. Soon, a German armored vehicle appeared in the distance. The second lieutenant raised his right hand, signaling the gunner to prepare to fire. A battle was about to begin.